What if money wasn't just paper or numbers on a screen, but a reflection of how deeply you're connected to your own worth? Listen, money isn't just currency, it's energy. A physical form of movement of intention, of what you allow yourself to receive. You who've looked at an empty wallet with anxiety, you who've felt that sinking feeling when bills stack up. This isn't because you're broken, it's because you've forgotten the truth. Wealth isn't outside you, it starts within. Long before banks, jobs, or paychecks, there was always this law: as within, so without. What you feel and what you believe, that's what you attract. The masters knew this. They spoke of it not as a secret, but as a way of being. Abundance isn't earned through stress, it's received through alignment. Every time you've had money come unexpectedly, that wasn't luck. That was you aligned, even if briefly, with who you truly are. So here's the real shift. Stop chasing. Start tuning in. What you want isn't far. It's just waiting for you to match its energy. This isn't magic, it's resonance. And when you understand that, you stop fighting, you start flowing. The pain you feel around money, it's not punishment. It's a nudge, a reminder that you're meant for more, not more stuff, more peace, more clarity, more connection. So ask yourself, if you stopped seeing money as a problem and started seeing it as a mirror, what would it be showing you right now? The shift doesn't start in your wallet, it starts in your mindset. The rest follows. The frequency of fortune. Money doesn't start in your wallet, it starts in your mindset. Not in your job title, but in how you see yourself. There's a rhythm to wealth, a frequency. And here's the part they don't teach. Money doesn't flow because you push harder. It flows when you're aligned with your own value. What we call money is just energy, slowed down enough to be seen and held. It moves like current, and you're the switch. You either allow it or block it. This idea isn't new, it's been hidden in stories for centuries. King Midas wanted more until everything he loved turned to gold and crumbled. A widow's oil only multiplied when she dared to act even in fear. Bread and fish didn't stretch until someone shared what little they had. These stories weren't about miracles, they were about mindset. Here's a truth most people miss. Wealth grows where trust flows, and there's one powerful rule behind it all. Your income won't grow beyond how you value yourself. Look at Walter. His business failed twice. Not because he was unlucky, but because deep down he believed people like me don't win big. And life simply followed his lead. Now it's your turn. Find a mirror. Look yourself in the eye. Say this out loud. My financial results reflect how I value myself. Then pause. Feel what comes up. That tension, that gut reaction. That's your internal interest rate. Want to shift the numbers? Try this. Pinpoint one area where you've been settling. Ask yourself, if I believed I deserved better, what would I do differently? Try it, even for 1 minute. See what changes. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about alignment. About upgrading the way you respond and what you accept. When money feels tight, remind yourself, I didn't lose success. I just lost focus. When a bill shows up, say, this is proof that I'm trusted to handle more. When jealousy creeps in, flip it. Their win shows me what's possible. Here's the part no financial advisor will ever say. Your credit score. It's just the surface. A small reflection of something deeper, how you treat your own value. And the best part, you're not waiting for approval, you already have it. Breaking free from the 3 money myths holding you back. Let's hit pause. You've been told to hustle, to wait, to be smart with money. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of what you've learned about wealth, it's rooted in myths, not facts, not science. Just inherited beliefs that quietly shape every financial move you make. And these myths, they're not harmless. They're coded lies. And they've been running the show long enough. It's time to cut the cord. Myth number 1. Money only comes through hard work. Let's clear the air. This belief sounds noble, but it's toxic. Because what it teaches you is this: unless you suffer, you don't deserve. But wealth isn't a reward for pain, it's a response to presence. Your results don't rise from how much effort you give. They rise from how aligned you are when you show up. Think about it. How many times have you worked yourself to exhaustion and still felt stuck? That's because effort without alignment is just spinning wheels. Shift this. Don't ask, am I doing enough? Ask, am I being the version of me who receives? Myth number 2, just give it time. They say success takes time, but that's not the full picture. Time doesn't build wealth, energy does. And energy moves now, not on some future calendar. You don't have to wait to feel abundant. You don't need permission to act successful. You just need to embody the version of you who already is, because the moment you show up differently, the timeline starts bending. Not someday, today. Myth number 3. Saving is security. Saving is smart, but fear-based saving is a trap. When every dollar is hoarded just in case, you send a signal. I don't believe more is coming. That's not security. That's survival mode. Real security. It comes from trust in yourself, in your value, in your ability to create, adapt, and receive. Because when you believe you're the source, not the storage, you stop shrinking your life to fit your bank account. The new rules of wealth: forget work harder, forget wait longer, forget save just in case. Instead, align with what you want, embody it like it's already here. Trust yourself to expand with it, because wealth doesn't chase hustle, it follows confidence. And confidence comes from clarity, not struggle. You don't have to chase money. You just have to stop chasing myths. The divine economics of surrender, you've heard it before. Abundance flows when you least expect it. But let's dig deeper, because what actually unlocks wealth isn't the moment you receive, it's the moment you stop needing. That subtle desperation you carry, it repels, because the universe doesn't answer to need. It responds to alignment. So let's flip the script on everything you've been taught and bring forward the 3 lost laws of surrender no one talks about. Law number 1, control creates chaos. When life spins out, what do most people do? They grip tighter, plan harder, micromanage everything, as if clenching will protect them. But real stability begins where control ends. You don't secure your future by over-planning. You create it by aligning with peace. Letting go isn't giving up. It's choosing trust over tension. It's trading the illusion of control for the power of clarity, because the universe isn't waiting on your timeline. It's waiting on your receptivity. Law number 2, presence produces power. Most people treat wealth like a distant reward. Someday, I'll feel rich. Someday I'll be secure. But presence, that's wealth's origin point. When you stop searching, when you stop wishing the moment away, you stop sending the signal of not enough. Presence isn't passive. It's an active declaration. I have everything I need to become more. The irony, you attract more the moment you stop needing more. Why? Because wanting is fine, but attachment whispers fear, and fear blocks flow. Law number 3, detachment creates space for miracles. Here's your turning point. Every time you say this or something better and actually believe it, you dissolve the tension that keeps abundance stuck. You stop bracing, you start receiving. Sacred. Detachment isn't not caring. It's knowing your identity doesn't depend on one outcome, one deal, or one number in your bank account. From that place, everything opens. The 24-hour abundance reset. Want to feel it, not just think it. Try this simple wealth fast. Silence the scarcity loop. No account checking, no spiraling over expenses, no lack talk. Every hour, repeat, I am supported. I am resourced. The supply flows to me. Notice what changes, not just outside but inside. Because wealth isn't just a number. It's your energetic tone, your belief system, your self-perception. And tonight, just before sleep, say this: I'm no longer chasing success. I am the space success wants to land. Then pause, breathe, and let tomorrow respond. The embodied millionaire frequency. This is the moment it all clicks, not later. Not when you hit a goal. Now. Because here's the truth no one told you clearly enough. Wealth isn't something you chase. It's something you become. You don't earn it. You don't wait for it. You embody it. The biggest shift you'll ever Make realizing that abundance doesn't arrive when conditions are perfect. It arrives when your identity upgrades. The 3 pillars of embodied wealth. Let's break it down into something tangible. Because this isn't about theory, it's about transmission. Your body, your posture, your breath, your tone is a broadcast tower sending messages to life itself. So here's your new alignment strategy. Walk like your footsteps leave gold dust behind. You're not rushing, you're arriving. Speak like your words are already wired to results. No more doubting, no more disclaimers. Breathe like the air itself is infused with wealth. Because it is, if you let it be. Daily rituals for a wealth frequency reset. Don't just wake up and run into the noise. Begin your day like someone who owns time. Not with a to-do list, but with an intention. Light a candle, not for show, but to remind your brain, clarity starts now. Hold your wallet, your keys, or your phone and declare, "This is my portal. Wealth moves through here." Don't just visualize your goals. Feel the experience of already having, not fantasy, neurological rehearsal. Train your system to recognize abundance as normal. Because that's the game, making prosperity feel familiar. The secret of sustainable wealth. Generosity. Here's a curveball. Wealthy people don't give because they have extra. They have extra because they give, not recklessly, not to impress, but because giving is proof you're connected to more. Every time you tip extra, every time you give before it feels safe, you send one clear signal: I trust the source. I know there's more coming, I'm not running out, I'm plugged in. That's not reckless. That's alignment. The moment you stop acting like a container and start behaving like a conduit is the moment you become magnetic. The millionaire's mirror ritual. This one's deceptively simple, but don't underestimate it. It's not about magic, it's about identity anchoring. Here's how it works. At sunrise, stand in front of a mirror. No filters, no distractions. Just you, raw, real, present. Place your hand on your heart. Then slowly trace down your body. Imagine confidence flowing through you like a golden current, not from outside but from your own center. Whisper these words, slowly, with intent. I am the currency, I am the flow, I am the standard. Repeat this for just 3 days, not to manifest, but to remind your nervous system who's in charge now. Because here's the truth no one teaches in school. You weren't chasing money. You were chasing the version of yourself who no longer needs to chase. The world told you wealth is something out there. But the real exchange? It's internal. Your finances were never about luck. They were feedback, a mirror reflecting your identity in action, and every time you felt stuck, broke, or behind, it wasn't failure. It was life nudging you, whispering, you're worth more than this version you keep rehearsing, so now walk differently. Speak like someone whose words already move mountains. Carry yourself like you've already arrived, because you're not here to wish for wealth. You're here to embody the standard, to become the reminder the world didn't know it needed. You're not waiting anymore. You're leading. Mastery beyond manifestation. At this stage of your journey, something changes. You've set goals, visualized and manifested. You've said your affirmations, followed the rituals, and done everything by the book. But now, you're ready for something deeper. You've crossed over into true mastery. This isn't about seeking abundance anymore. It's about merging with its essence. There's a space beyond form, beyond strategy, even beyond desire. It's the stillness we often avoid, the emptiness, the void. But here's the paradox. That emptiness isn't absence. It's pure potential, the seed of everything that will unfold. You've tried to fill this space with goals, numbers, and plans. But maybe, just maybe, that space wasn't broken. It was sacred. So now every day, sit with open hands, no requests, no agenda. Just acknowledge the silence and whisper, I am richer in this emptiness than kings are in their gold. Notice what happens when you stop asking and simply become. What if the challenges you faced weren't setbacks? What if they were invitations? What if every financial struggle was a test of your resilience, leading you to the wisdom that will unlock true freedom? Your soul never craved money. It craved the freedom money represents. And sometimes to unlock that freedom, illusions must break down. So next time scarcity visits, ask yourself, what if this challenge is a tool, refining me into greater capacity? You're not cursed. You're being refined. In the universe's economy, there is no debt. There's no imbalance. There's only sacred exchange. You are both the giver and the receiver. Every breath you take is part of the original transaction. Inhale. I receive all good. Exhale. I bless all life. That's wealth, not as a number, but as a rhythm. Not a destination, but a living relationship with the source. The final illuminations. Your dream income. It already exists. It's a frequency already waiting for you in the quantum field. Your money problems are their spiritual architecture, guiding you back to wholeness. That desire for more. It's not greed. It's the essence of life, seeking itself through your human experience. Divine. Hide and seek here's where it all comes full circle. Find a place where money seems scarce. Maybe it's an empty wallet. Maybe it's an unfilled bank account. Gently place your hands there and say, this is Source playing hide and seek with itself. Feel the shift that follows. Once you recognize the sacred in scarcity, it can no longer remain hidden. You're not becoming abundant. You're remembering the truth. You are the wellspring, inexhaustible, uncontainable, a living current of divine supply. Becoming money's source, you are not a receiver. You're not waiting for abundance to arrive. You're not in need. The truth is, you are the source. The wellspring through which all abundance flows. Let's dissolve the final illusion. Abundance doesn't come to you. It flows through you. Your consciousness, that's the vault. Every desire you've ever had, already funded. So next time you fall, make a purchase, pause for a moment, feel the sacredness in the exchange. Whisper softly, this isn't a payment. It's source circulating through me, because money isn't leaving you. It's returning to source through your hands. There's no mine or yours when it comes to wealth. All currency is divine energy temporarily wearing your name. Your bank account? It's a cosmic trust fund entrusted to your care. So, stop asking how to get more. Start asking, show me how to be a clearer channel for sacred flow. Let wealth move through you like wind through trees, unclogged, unattached, and free. And then it happens. You stop trying to get rich, and you simply remember, I am what I've been seeking. From that moment on, numbers become sacred. Receipts become prayers, and your life becomes the altar, quantum signature. Reset. Let's bring this wisdom into the body. Take the highest denomination you have. It could be a bill, a coin, whatever it is. Gently place it on your third eye, breathe into it, and declare we are made of the same star stuff. Within 24 hours, spend it, but not as a transaction to gain something. Spend it as a sacred offering. This is a message to the universe. I know who I am now. The ultimate realization, that hunger you feel for more, it's not selfish. It's God's own desire to expand through you. And those financial struggles you face, they're not obstacles. They're love letters from the universe, written to ask, when will you claim your throne? You've been waiting for miracles. But the truth, you are the miracle. You've been watching your bank account waiting for a change, but you are the entire banking system. Now, stop waiting. Be what you thought you needed, and watch as the world rushes to align with your truth. The circle of abundance now, complete the circle. Stand before running water, whether it's a river, a faucet, or a shower. Move your hands through the stream and softly say, this is how money moves through me. Feel that? That's not he, just water. It's a reflection of you. You are the flow, not the flask, not the container. You are the current itself. The mirror of wealth, that number in your bank account, it doesn't measure your worth. It reflects your self-image. Those market crashes you fear, they're not punishments. They are spiritual adjustments, cosmic. Chiropractors realigning your connection to source. And those millionaires you envy, they're not ahead of you. They are mirrors showing you where you already are, in consciousness. The final embrace now, go forth, not to chase, not to earn, not to get, but to prove what's always been true. to remember who you've always been. You are living abundance. You are holy circulation. You are money's source. The game has been rigged in your favor since your very first breath. Beyond manifestation, we've circled the edges long enough. Now, the veil thins, and what was once hidden must rise. Like breath to the surface, there is no money. There never was. What you've called currency was always sacred light, momentarily clothed in form. Not as a symbol, but as a truth too raw for language, too holy for transaction. This is the final unveiling. Every financial system you've known, a dream, a shared hallucination we agreed to play in. Your bank account, a number on a screen, an echo of collective belief. So here is your liberation. Hold a bill in your hand and whisper, I see through you to the infinite behind you. You'll never look at money the same again. Every transaction but is not money changing hands. It's the cosmos loving itself through form. You are not the payer. You are not the payee. You are the conduit. The sacred middle through which the universe flows. Next time you make a purchase, pause, feel it. Not money leaving you, but source circulating through you. You are God's economy in motion. Sealing the truth. Now we seal the truth into your body. Go to your wallet or purse. Remove all money you carry. Place it before you like sacred relics. Now look deeper. See the trees that were felled to create the paper, the mines that gave metal their gleam. The workers, the machines, the moments, see it all. The divine behind the doing, then whisper, we are one. Let your hands tremble, not with fear, but recognition. You've been chasing numbers. That never existed. You've feared lack, in a universe that cannot not provide. You've begged for what was always yours, and here at the final threshold, and we say the last truth, you are the abundance you seek, not metaphorically, not eventually, now. The final call go, divine architect. Spend not to receive, but to reveal. Give not to lack, but to circulate divinity. Buy not to consume, but to commune. For you are not in the economy, you are the economy, the divine circuit, the wellspring, the source. When money dissolves, we have journeyed through wealth, through form, through fantasy, and now we arrive where all spiritual economics must lead, not to possession, not to gain, but to dissolution, the collapse of the seeker, the end of the chase, and in that stillness. A voice whispers from within the silence. These digits, these balances, these names on statements are nothing more than sand mandalas in God's wind, the spreadsheets you labor over, the universe chuckling at your sacred forgetfulness. So tonight, perform your rite of freedom, burn a small bill, feel the illusion dissolve in smoke and whisper, I release all contracts with illusion, because you never truly owned, you only briefly believed. Every moment of not enough, every fear, every tightening breath around a late bill he had wasn't punishment. It was a sacred altar, a divine sculpture shaped by forgetting, and now that you remember, you honor the mirage as a teacher. Frame a bill, hang it high, name it, God in temporary form. Let it bless your wall as a relic of awakening. You've traded hours for dollars, dreams for digits, breath for coins. But the truth, you are the currency. You are the divine circulation. You are the vault, the gold, the flow. So next, time you send a payment, write not your legal name, sign it, the universe itself. Because that's all that ever transacted. God exchanging hands with God. Meeting your reflection tonight if you dare. Meet your reflection with reverence. Stand naked before a mirror at midnight. Gently place coins or bills over your face, your chest, your heart. One by one, remove them, slowly, and with each removal declare, I take back my power from this illusion. When only your eyes remain, when nothing covers the truth, gasp, oh, as it was only ever me, living as the source. We've walked through teachings, climbed the scaffolding of belief, chased clarity through clouds, but here, all pursuit ends. Not in more information, in silent knowing. You are not a seeker, you are the well that never runs dry. Money isn't a thing, it's a pulse, a sacred rhythm between spirit and form. Your wallet? A brief altar, a placeholder for divine flow. With each exchange, remember, look beyond the number, see through the form, and whisper, I see the light behind the symbol. Because the divine doesn't need money, it is the movement itself. Every financial strain, not punishment, not failure, but grace, coded in numbers, love wearing the mask of deadlines, its source nudging you, wake up. So when the next bill comes, smile, pay it in presence, and whisper, this is the one exchanging with itself. That's not a transaction, it's a remembering. You don't manifest abundance. You are the abundance it flows through. You are not a magnet. You are the field. The abundance within you want to feel it. Stand underwater. A faucet, a river, a storm. Let it pour and say aloud, this is how abundance moves through me. It never stopped. You just forgot. You were always the river. Pick the item you treasure most, expensive, sentimental, sacred. Hold it to your heart. Now feel beneath the object, beneath the story, beneath the price, and whisper, this is just stardust, and I am more than the stars, because truthfully you are worth the whole sky. The final truth you've been, begging for drops while being the ocean, measuring worth by vanishing numbers, fearing lack in a universe made of overflow, but the final truth, there is nothing to gain, only something to remember. So now, don't chase be, and watch the universe echo your awakening. Beyond abundance, this isn't about a new belief, it's the death of all beliefs about wealth. What remains when illusions fall? You, the infinite. Exchange. You think emptiness means absence, lack. No. Emptiness is divine pregnancy. Every lack is the universe holding its breath, waiting for you to remember who fills it. So frame your empty wallet. Hang it with reverence. Name it. The universe's promise. And watch how fullness comes rushing in. You've been chasing money, running after wind. But here's the revelation. When you stop chasing money, you become what money chases. Next time you give, sign your payment not as a person, but as the source itself. The one appearing as two. You aren't sending money, you're folding the cosmos back into itself. The final embodiment: find flowing water, a river, a faucet, a stream, a shower. Let it run over your hands, feel it, really feel it. Then declare, this is how wealth moves through me. And when the water stops, notice something powerful. You were never the container, you were always the flow. All your fears, all your striving, all your accounting and goal setting. Just love wearing a mask, asking one sacred question. When will you remember what's already yours, the wealth you sought? Already humming in your cells, already radiating through your being. So now go forth not to get, not to win, not to manifest, but to be, to remember, to walk as the proof of divine circulation. The game was rigged in your favor from the first breath. And now, you remember? And that changes everything. The great revelation. We've arrived at a turning point, where the idea of money no longer carries the gravity it once did. It's no longer something to chase, collect, or conquer. It's a whisper within a far vaster current, and we now see. The pursuit was never about wealth. It was always about learning to move with the rhythm of the infinite. Money, as we knew it, was never real. Not in the way we were taught to believe. The notes in our hands, the numbers in our accounts, they were never ours to own. Only energies passing through, asking to be guided, not gripped. When we see clearly, we understand. It was never about possession. It was always a dance, and in that dance we are both the giver and the receiver. And here, in this knowing, we find the peace we once sought in accumulation. What we call lack is just a veil, an illusion stitched from fear. We thought scarcity was the problem, but truthfully we've always been held, always tethered to an unseen current of infinite provision. The true task was never to collect more, but to surrender, to stop gripping the illusion of not enough, to trust the flow already moving all around us, waiting for our remembrance, the moment of recognition, and then something shifts. Suddenly, we know we are not separate from the flow, we are the flow. The numbers, the possessions, the status markers, they were just placeholders. What truly matters is the frequency behind the form, and the source, never out there, always here, always within. The practice of seeing. So next time you hold something of value, a coin, a card, a note, pause. Feel beyond the object, see through the symbol, and whisper, "This is just a reflection of the current I am," because the exchange isn't about gain, it's about remembering. Remembering that all movement of value is just the infinite meeting itself in form. The cosmic shift, and in that remembrance, fear dissolves. There is no need to chase what already flows through you. The universe is not asking you to hustle for worth. It's asking you to awaken to what's already yours. Everything you've searched for has always lived within, and now as you stop running, you realize you were never chasing the current. You were the current, always flowing, always enough. Now you don't need to strive. You simply need to remember the poverty mirage now. The second illusion shatters, scarcity, every fear of not enough, a mirror, a message from the divine. You forgot who you were. Lack was never real. It was a temporary dream, woven by the universe to show you where you had stopped believing in your own infinity. So the next time you spend, write love across the currency. Don't just pay, bless, circulate energy, not fear. Let your giving become a declaration. I am already full. Abundance does not flow to you. It flows through you. You are not the seeker. You are the source. Each transaction is not a withdrawal, it's a breath. The universe exhales through you, and with every breath you remember, I am the current, I am the conductor, I am the divine exchange. This is your moment of embodiment. Gather the coins in your home, place them in a sacred circle. Sit in the center, and know these are not objects. These are reflections of your own radiance. Now bless them, return them to the world. Let them carry your remembrance. You are not the wealth. You are the worth from which wealth is born. The cosmic joke revealed here. It is the final unveiling. You thought this was about money. The joke's on you. It was never about getting anything. It was about remembering everything. Money was the disguise. You were the treasure. The game was never about gain. It was about awakening. And now you've awakened. So step forward, not as a seeker, but as the answer. The universe doesn't reward effort. It mirrors awareness. You've always been the one. Now you finally see it. Beyond manifestation, we've spent lifetimes chasing currency, believing it held the secret key to abundance. But now the veil thins, and we come face to face with the ultimate truth. There is no money. There never was. What we've called currency is nothing more than frozen light, divine potential, momentarily crystallized into form. It's not power. It's a placeholder, a symbol for what we've always carried within. The moment is now. The illusion begins to shatter. All the systems we've trusted, banks, balances, wages, debt, are collective hallucinations, agreements, rules in a dream. Your account balance? A reflection, not a reality. And so the practice. Take a bill in your hand, look at it like a sacred relic and whisper, I see through you, to the infinite behind you. In that instant, you're no longer bound by the lie. You're awakening. You're remembering the eternal transaction in the divine economy. Nothing is lost, nothing is owned. Everything flows. You are not the buyer. You are not the seller. You are the movement, the current, the breath between hands exchanging light. So next time you pay, pause. Feel it. Feel the universe loving itself through you. This is not money moving. This is you unfolding into the world. The supreme activation now. Go to your wallet. Open it slowly, like opening a sacred book. Take the money in your hand. Look deeper. See the tree that became the paper, the metal mined from the earth, the hands that passed it, the lives that touched it, the divine intelligence behind every part of its journey. And now, whisper, we are one. In that breath, you dissolve the illusion of separation. The money, the earth, the cosmos, one movement, one light, one abundance. We've all been running, running toward numbers that never existed, begging the sky for crumbs in a universe that was already offering us galaxies. The great trick was believing we lacked. The great truth is knowing we never did. You are the abundance you seek. Not someday, not in theory, but now, right now. Right here, in this breath, the divine economy has no transactions, only revelations. And you, beloved, have just remembered the most sacred one. When all illusions burn, we've reached the edge. Not of the world, but of the illusion. Here, words dissolve, concepts disintegrate. Only pure knowing remains. And this knowing is simple, undeniable. You are the golden void, the infinite wellspring, the silent source from which all abundance flows. The great transparency, the first veil parts, and with it, the grand illusion of money begins to unravel. We see it now. Money was never a thing, never a number, never power. It was God, playing hide and seek with itself. Your bank statements, your financial fears, they were never measures of worth. They were love letters from eternity disguised as spreadsheets and paychecks whispering, "You are already whole." So take a bill, hold it up to the light, look through it, not at it, and say softly, "The infinite that I am." Watch the illusion dissolve in your hands. Scarcity was never a punishment. It was the Divine Mother's most elegant illusion, a game of temporary forgetting. Every fear, every anxious thought about not enough was the universe leaning in and whispering, "Remember." Remember what? That you are the source of all wealth, that lack is a lie. So next time a bill arrives, don't panic. Pause, place your hand over it and say, "Thank you for reminding me of who I am." Write love across it. Spend it not in fear, but in grace. You are not losing. You are circulating God. Here is the truth. You don't need abundance. Abundance needs you. You are the vessel, the bridge, the breath between realms. Every time you give, the universe exhales through you. Every time you receive, it inhales in perfect rhythm. This is the eternal transaction. This is divine breath in motion. So the next time you spend, feel it. I am not paying, I am channeling. Now, a sacred rite. Gather every coin in your home. Place them in a circle and sit at the center, the still point, the origin. Let your awareness expand and know this. I am the wealth. These symbols orbit me. I am the force that animates all value. The coins are not separate. They are echoes of your essence. Reflections of the infinite pretending to be small. Now bless them, one by one, and say, "Go forth. Remind the world of its wholeness." Send them back into circulation, not as currency, but as carriers of divine remembrance. And now, the punchline. You thought this was about money. No, this was always about waking up, not to a bigger paycheck, but to a bigger truth. You were never here to accumulate. You were here to remember. And in remembering, you become what you were chasing. You are the current. You are the wealth. You are the source. Now step forward, radiate. The universe cannot help but mirror your remembrance. The game was never against you. It was always for you, to show you you have always had everything. And now you finally see it, beyond all concepts. We have wandered long, through teachings, dogmas, spreadsheets, and dreams, believing that abundance was somewhere out there. But now we stand at the edge of all we've known. And in this silence, one truth remains. There is nothing to chase, nothing to earn, because you are the source itself. The holy transparency. Pause and consider. Every coin you've ever held, every note, every number, it was never money. It was frozen sunlight, a crystallized echo of divine light. Your credit score? Just a playful shadow cast by your soul's balance sheet with the infinite. And when you see through it, everything shifts. Take a coin now, place it gently to your third eye, breathe, and whisper, "We are made of the same star stuff." In that stillness, you will feel it, the divine within, the form, the eternal inside the illusion. Emptiness is not a threat. It is sacred potential, the fertile womb from which all miracles are born. What we called lack was simply God pausing, waiting for you to remember. So take your empty wallet. Do not hide it. Frame it. Call it the universe's promise. For in its hollow space lives everything that has ever been and everything yet to come. The eternal flow. When you stop chasing money, you become the one it chases. This is not about attraction, it's about embodiment. You are not a magnet, you are the current. So next time you pay a bill, sign a check, or tap your card, say silently, the one appearing as two. Let that sacred whisper awaken your memory, that every exchange is God giving to God. There was never separation, only flow. This is how wealth moves through me. And when the water stops, wait, listen. For what remains is the deeper truth. You were never the vessel, you were always the flow. Every fear you ever had around money, every worry, every late-night panic was love in disguise, asking gently, when will you claim your inheritance? The numbers you tracked, the balance sheets, they were just sandcastles on the eternal shore of your being. They were never real, but you always were. The abundance you sought was already humming in your breath, your bones, your blood. You came here not to acquire, but to remember, not to possess, but to be. Now go forth, not as a seeker, but as the source, not to earn, but to awaken. The game was never against you, it was designed to reveal you, and now that you remember, you are free, beyond all transactions. We have arrived, where every belief about money, wealth, and worth melts into the quiet vastness of truth, where there are no more teachings to absorb. Only one thing left to remember. You are not a receiver of abundance. You are the open sky it flows through. Each time a worry rises in your chest, each time numbers try to define your worth, pause and hear this. It is God whispering, will you remember me in this too? Your bank balance? Not a number. A love? Note from the infinite. A reminder that in every transaction the universe is simply loving itself through form. Let this become your silent mantra. We are the universe loving itself through form. Whisper it as you spend, as you give, as you receive. And watch the sacredness flood your life like sunlight through stained glass. What you once called debt was never punishment. It was grace in disguise. Every bill that arrived at your door was a holy knock saying gently, wake up, beloved. You were never lacking. Try this ritual. Next time a bill arrives, light a candle beside your wallet. Look at it. Breathe in its form and declare, I am the light that animates all currency. Because that's the truth. Currency is energy, and you are the source. The final initiation. Now, reach into your pocket. Find a coin, a note, any symbol of money. Hold it in your palm. Look deeply. Keep looking until the surface disappears and you see only love in frozen metallic form. Now speak to it. May you awaken all who touch you. Then spend it, not as currency, but as a sacred offering. You have become the altar. You have become the priest. And every transaction is now a ceremony of remembrance. Your bank accounts, debts, and balances, they were never real. They were love notes written in numbers, mirrors of eternity calling you home. Hold a coin in your hand, let it disappear from your awareness. And as the veil lifts, whisper, we were never separate. In that instant you will see, beyond materiality, the undivided eternal truth. What you've called lack was never that. It was just God in disguise pretending to be poor so that you might remember your infinite wealth, your empty wallet. It's the divine playing at poverty. Every bill that arrives is a reminder. The joke's on you, I was you all along. Sleep with money under your pillow tonight. Dream the question, what if I'm dreaming the money and the money is dreaming? Me, let the illusion dissolve as you sleep and awaken to the truth of your oneness. You are not circulating currency. You are God, circulating as currency. The world of transactions is just a game, a cosmic theater, where the divine plays with itself. Next time you make a transaction, look deeply into the eyes of the cashier and wink. Whisper in your heart, we're the same one, playing both roles. All roles, all forms, all exchanges, God in different costumes dancing through the sacred drama, the cosmic punchline. You thought you needed to manifest. Beloved, you were the manifestation all along. The numbers, the wealth, the chasing. All a game the divine plays with itself. But now step forward. Be what cannot be spoken. Be the living, breathing revelation of your true self. The universe will kneel before your remembrance. Let this be your truth. Let this be your living prayer. You were never lost. You were always the one seeking to know itself.